Do, 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 do. I don't know why that song pops up in my head at the most random times. Oh, hey, Storm. Look, here I am with my mug again. Hello, 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 everybody. I am Ashley Chase Davis, owner and operator of Chaste by Choice LLC, where I mentor and encourage young women to save themselves from marriage and to live their best life while doing so. So, if in case you see me looking up and down often, I'm streaming on two separate devices right now, so bear with me. But I want to go on ahead and get started because I don't want to keep anybody long. Let me start my stuff. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you all about Cookie Camp. Cookie Camp is a 3-day event that I am hosting at the end of this month. The dates are December 28th, 29th, and 30th. That's the last Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of the month. And the times are going to be from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And we're basically going to be going over, I'm going to equip you with tools and strategies to help those of you who are either already on the journey of saving yourself from marriage or are considering saving yourselves from marriage. And the yes, there are going to be different things going on each day. Like day one, which I'm going to talk about today, we're going to be going over my guide, Why Keep Your Cookies. Day two is going to be the chase tree party. We will be creating our own chase trees. I'll give you more information about that next week when I go live. And day three, we will be baking homemade cookies. So if you miss a specific day, then you're gonna miss something. It's not like the same thing's going on every day. So it's like, okay, well, if I miss Tuesday, I could, go Wednesday. But that's not necessarily, I mean, you can do that, but I would prefer you didn't because you would be missing something since each day is different. So I wanted to make sure I specify that. And it's gonna be virtual. It's gonna be on Zoom. So those of you who register, you can register on my website at chasebychoice.com or on Instagram. You can click the link in my bio and click the tab that says Cookie Camp and go ahead and register there. It is only $22. In honor of the new year, it's going to be $22, and that's for all 3 days. So 22 total, not 22 per day, which is technically $66. It's $22 for all 3 days. And that's the special that we're running in honor of the new year. And again, you can register at chasebychoice.com or click the link in my bio. Now, today we are going to be focusing on day one I'm going to give you a little bit more information on day one of Cookie Camp, which is on Tuesday, December 28th, 2021. And we're going to be going over this guide right here called Why Keep Your Cookies. Now, hello, mother. I have this as a free guide, so you can go. Again, the link is in my bio, and you can click the Why Keep Your Cookies tab and download your free guide, or you can go to my website, chasebychoice.com, under the Welcome tab, and you can download it from there. And you can read it in advance and come with the questions on day one, or you can read it, you can just print it out or have it on you on your phone or whatever, and read it along with me. And as questions come up, then, we can ask them and discuss them on day one. So I am going to read. Oh, yeah. And I also want to specify that even though it's called Cookie Camp, it is not an overnight event. Again, it is from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. I want to make sure I specify that from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So it's not overnight. Okay, I'm going to read a little snippet of it. Well, the full name is Why Keep Your Cookies? The Five Benefits of Keeping Your Cookies in the Jar, aka Saving Yourself for Marriage. And these are only, like it's specified in the title, five benefits. There are several more for saving yourself for marriage, but in this guide, we're only discussing five, but on the actual night, more benefits will most likely come up. So if you want to learn more, go ahead and register at chastebychoice.com for a cookie camp. Only $22. So I'm going to be reading this part right here for you all. Benefit number one, which is titled Eliminates Guilt and Regrets. The beauty of saving yourself for marriage is that it eliminates the regret. Whenever someone found out that I'm a virgin or that I'm saving myself for marriage, 99% of the time I hear, ooh, I wish I would have waited, or dang, I should have waited. They either regret who they lost their virginity to, when they lost it, why, how, where, all of the above, etc. There has always been some level or form of regret there. And I don't know about you, but I do not want that to be my portion. And I don't want it to be yours either. And it's not going to be. That's why I'm offering this so that, we can build a community and learn and grow and equip ourselves. And because it's crazy out here, y'all. I'm just saying. You can enjoy your first time with your husband, even if it isn't that great, knowing that you did things God's way, that He's smiling on and blessing this union, and that you're with your very best friend. The both of you have a lifetime to practice. Yes. And discover each other's body and learn what pleases you both. And that is the fun part, guys. But you know what? I wanna linger on something a little bit. I want to talk about practice, right? How many of you all have heard the phrase, you got to test drive the car before you buy it? Put it in the comments below if you've heard that phrase before. Because I've heard that a lot over the years, and I want to know if anybody else has heard it or if that's been thrown out to you before. Even if you're watching the replay, comment below if you've heard you got to test drive the car before you buy it. That's good. So I kind of want to elaborate on that for the most part. And I want you all to also leave. That's supposed to be all E's. Oh, me. So yeah, Mom, you heard it. Again, like I said, I've heard that a lot over the years, and I kind of just want to talk about practice for a minute. And I also want to know what you guys think about that phrase as well, and how it makes you feel necessarily, because I want to have an open discussion about that. If it's not on this live, it's definitely going to be on another one. But I came across a post that I actually posted myself about a year or so ago, and I wanted to read it to you all. Everybody says practice makes perfect, aka kind of falls in line with test driving the car before you buy it. Well, what if your spouse isn't a fan of the game that you've been playing or the way you play it? Now you have to start all over again and learn a different set of rules that your spouse likes or plays by. Instead, consider riding the bench until God brings your permanent teammate, your spouse. Then You can practice with the one you're going to be playing the game with for the rest of your life. So I want you all to think about that because it reminds me of something that I read in a book also, but I'm gonna read that later. But I firmly believe that everybody's body reacts differently to different things, and everybody likes things a certain way. Not necessarily being set in your ways, but what pleases or what has pleased anybody else that you've been with may not may do nothing for your spouse. I've heard examples of there was something that this guy used to do to this woman that I know. And she was like, "Is that supposed to do something for me?" And he was like, "Well, yes." It was like, "Well, I don't know who you used to do that with, but that don't work for me." So, you gotta think about these things. Everybody is different. Everybody has or plays by their own set of rules. Now, a real life example that I have is I used to work at this casino called Harris, right? It's kind of similar to the game analogy, but I don't really know sports like that. I know casinos. So when I started working at Harris and I became a dealer, we all had to go through their blackjack dealer school. They had an in-house blackjack dealer training school because Harris had a certain way of doing things, and they let you know that on day one. They made sure to ask like any of you got experience dealing like at other casinos or anything like that. And a lot of people raised their hand. It was like, well, forget everything you know because we're going to teach you how we do things here. And it's like it didn't matter how much time, like, you could have went to blackjack dealer school, and yes, that is actually a thing. You could have went to dealer school to learn how to deal every single game and graduated at the top of your class. But if you wanted to work at Harris, you had to go through that dealer school and learn how to do it the way they do it. Because if you can go out there and doing it the way you've been doing it all this time or the way you learned somewhere else. But if you do that, you're getting off the floor and you're getting fired right after you take the walk of shame. They had something called that. So yeah, it was easier, and it was just best to learn what they liked and what they preferred so that you can perform accurately and to your best ability. Metaphors, people, metaphors. My mom's an English teacher, so it kind of that kind of thing pops up in my head often. Okay, so I want to share with you guys an excerpt in this book. It's called Your Knight in Shining Armor by P.B. Wilson. And it was something about, in relative to practice and everybody being different, everybody's body being different. So it not really making sense to in this area, it doesn't really make sense to go out and get experience because chances are when you settle down and get married, your spouse may not even be into all that stuff you used to do with all of other people. So you got to think about these things, man. Okay. She says, God had to teach me that sex is an act of discovery. Every person's body is like a combination lock. In order for another person to know the combination, we have to give it to them. If a woman or man is not sexually satisfied in marriage, it is usually because they never taught the other person what satisfies them, or it may be because the other person didn't want to learn. Being set in your ways can be dangerous too. I expected Frank to know my combination without being told. Other men enter into marriage believing they can satisfy their wives because of past sexual exploits. That is one of the greatest hindrances. God is fresh, He is new. There are no two snowflakes alike. We all have different finger, foot, and voice prints. One side of our face is slightly different than the other side. I know that's true in my case. You can't tell because this makeup I got on, but I'm just saying. Do you think God would make any two bodies alike? That's the fun. That's the fascination. And I'm going to read a little piece under the excerpt of The Delight of Discovery. You might be thinking, but if I never had sex, how can I teach my husband what I like? Good question. I know I had that question when I first read this book because I was like, explain something to me, homie, because I'm not understanding. On your first night of discovery, your honeymoon, begin by letting him know what feels good to you. Are you shy? Then play the hot and cold game. I might play the hot and cold game. Certain ways he touches and kisses you may make you feel cold or warm, or best of all, as time goes by, you will learn each other's bodies and the fact that they are constantly changing. I believe boring sex is in opposition to the abundant life that God promises. God is new every day, and so are his creatures. So yeah, the whole deal about your body being a combination lock is you don't want everybody to have that combination. At least I wouldn't want everybody to have that combination. So these are just some things to think about whenever somebody decides to throw practice makes perfect or test driving the car before you buy it. It's like, okay, what if what if my man don't like the way I drive though? Like again, metaphorically speaking. So that was just a little snippet from benefit number one. No, it eliminates regret and well, yeah, it eliminates guilt and regret because you don't want to regret eats at you for a very long time. One of the hardest things to forgive, one of the hardest people to forgive is yourself. So we want to make sure we do all we can to to heal and to keep from we want to make sure we do all we can to heal and to move forward and to do things a little differently. Do things, do love God's way. And I'm gonna be again going over all of this on day one of Cookie Camp, which is Tuesday, December 28th. But I would love to hear from you now. I look forward to having this discussion. Leave any comments, questions, opinions, or whatever you have to say in the comments below. And I would love to read them and get back with them, have a genuine conversation or discussion. I would love to hear your feedback. And yeah, I'm going to remind you all that Cookie Camp is only $22 and it's a 3-day event. Tuesday, December 28th, Wednesday, December 29th, and Thursday, December 30th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I would love for you all to join me. You can register at chastebychoice.com. Or you can click the link in my bio on Instagram and click the Cookie Camp tab and go ahead and register. And while you're at it, since you're registering, go on ahead and download Why Keep Your Cookies. That is also on my website under the Welcome tab. Or if you're in Instagram and you click the link in my bio, you'll see the tab that says Why Keep Your Cookies. I look forward to hearing from you all. It has been my pleasure, and I look forward to discussing more of these things with you. Again, leave a comment below. Don't forget to register, and I will see you all. The world makes it seem like you have to know what you're doing when you're having sex. But I was happy that I learned this could be a combo with your spouse. Yes, same. I agree. Like it took the pressure off. Exactly. Because a lot of people value experience, and in some cases experience is necessary, but I believe in this case you can gain that. It makes more sense to gain that experience with the person that you're going to be pleasing and giving your body to for the rest of your life. Like, to me it just makes more sense to go about it that route. But I love what you said, Star. Yes, exactly. Again, I'm gonna say it, the world makes it seem like you have to know what you're doing when you're having sex. But I was happy that I learned that this could be a conversation with your spouse. It took the pressure off. Yes, you should be able to talk to your spouse about anything, because if you're anything like me, you desire to marry your best friend. And you should want to marry your best friend because that is very important. I don't know too many people that doesn't like to feel exclusive. Yep. I'm one of those people. I don't even know if this is remotely related, but it is in my head. I took this quiz on Facebook yesterday and it said, "What kind of girlfriend are you?" And I clicked it and the image was Kylie Jenner staring over in like the distance with like this crazy look in her eye, and the caption was, "Why are you talking to my boyfriend?" For some reason, I was like, I don't know why they chose that one, but I feel like they might not be wrong. Cause I don't know. Like, I like the idea of exclusivity and that only one person's gonna have that access to me. And I'm gonna be the one person that has that kind of access to him. You know what I mean? Like it's something about that. That's intimacy on a whole nother level. And that's what I'm trying to have. And that's what I pray that you desire also. Waiting can make me feel exclusive and special. Yep. Waiting can make you feel exclusive and special. And during that time, you get to learn more about you. You get to learn more about your worth, your identity, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, which are also mentioned in this guide. It's also mentioned. So make sure you download your guide, Why Keep Your Cookies. Again, you can find it on my website, chasebychoice.com, under the welcome tab, or you can go to the link in my bio on Instagram and click the Why Keep Your Cookies tab. And make sure to register for Cookie Camp while you're over there. It is only $22 for all 3 days. And you get to learn how to make cookies out of this. Child, come on. That's a deal. I'm just saying. But yes, again, continue to leave your comments, especially if you're watching the playback. I would love to hear from you all and keep having discussions, learning your opinions and your views on everything. And I cannot wait to hear from you all. All right. Everybody, my goal was to stay under 30 minutes, and I feel like I did just that. So, mission accomplished. Thank you all. Again, make sure you leave your comments below. Register. All the links are in my bio or on my website, chasebychoice.com. And I look forward to hearing from you all. Have a blessed day. Bye.